It's hard when you gotta do your own makeup though. I need a makeup artist, so let me
No,
know.
it's hard when you don't have time to do your makeup.
Right, or your nails, or your hair. Okay, this is where wigs come in at. Oh, I forgot I wasn't supposed to talk. We live. I ain't say nothing crazy though, so that's all that matter. Oh Lord, this gotta go on silent. We in the building. And Michael took my picture of my album cover. Yeah. He he's a Georgia State student, so he needs funds. Always.
No longer a Georgia State
You
student.
graduated when? Yesterday?
A few weeks ago now.
Congratulations.
Oh my God, Michael! You didn't tell me you graduated this year.
It's been a hectic few weeks.
I know. Oh my goodness.
What was your major?
Computer information systems.
Very nice. So what are you going to be doing?
Right now I'm working at Mercedes-Benz. I'm looking to go to their IT right now, but I'm working in their after-sales business unit.
Congratulations.
I am so proud of you. Yes, man. Michael. I don't know how to act, but Michael, you graduated.
You can file all your information and take a screenshot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And he took a picture of the number one Grammy in the year. Well, forever. It's definitely a documentary. Did you see the video yet?
The one you sent me?
Mm-hmm. Did you like it?
I loved it.
Oh, cool. And thanks to them too.
Touch, I'm
All
your
right,
biggest
let me know
fan.
when you're ready. Oh, I got you on them, Michael. I'll put you in the building. You know you my number one too. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yes. Okay. So let me know when you're ready, Lee. Oh, list attributes. Attributes.
Y'all ready?
Mhm.
Here we go. In 3, 2.
Hey guys, this your girl Adriana Marie, Real Talk, Real Stories, in the building at Reverb Hard Rock. I am so excited to be here with you guys today because I have one of my favorite friends in the building, Misha Maynard.
Hey.
Yes, guys, and we get to interview her, and we're gonna find out some great things that she's doing here in Atlanta, guys. She's been such a boots to the ground person for me on a personal level and on the community level, guys. So if you don't know anything about her, after this interview today, please make sure that you go like and subscribe and go check out Misha Maynard. Now, she's with District 56. Now, you guys don't know anything about that, but we will definitely educate you on this loveliness. So, Misha, welcome to Real Talk, Real Stories with your girl, Adriana Marie. And just tell us a little bit about what's been going on with you.
Thank you. I am so proud of you, first and foremost.
Okay.
And everybody out there, you need to make sure you listen to her music because that is really how I met you initially.
Right.
Singing a cappella just around the corner, and I was just amazed. And I've been a fan of you ever since.
I mean, and she actually is the first person that will book me gigs, okay? All right, now don't get it twisted now. She don't just talk about what she's doing out here. Now, Misha, I'm, honorable Misha, guys, because she has been making things shake for our city, okay? Now, you are the state representative for District 56, correct?
Yes, and we just had a primary, and so I will officially be on the ballot in November.
Hey, guys, we're not playing with you. Go out there and vote, because look, I got 200 votes for her, I got 200 votes for you.
Okay, we need more than 200.
No, I'm saying just for me, just me. Now, I mean, y'all better go out there and do your part, but
Yes.
my 200 gonna make a real good difference for my sister because this is the neighborhood that she came from in this Northwest Quadrant, and District 56 has really been going through a lot of changes of, just rebuilding, reviving, and restoring our community one block at a time. And I can really say that seriously, boots to the ground. When you first started out, I was her groupie, guys. Okay? And I just love to see that you were from our neighborhood, you really was transparent, and you really cared about, just the simple things. And guys, like how you want something done where you want potholes fixed in the neighborhood, and people don't really do that, and they don't know how to write it in to do that, but they complain about having potholes. You actually fixed a lot of potholes, in the neighborhood. And just the transparency of me allowing myself to follow you and watch all the great things that you have been doing, Domisha. This has really been enlightening for us as a sisterhood in our community. I also want to know, what's been going on at Friendship?
Friendship Baptist Church has a brand new pastor.
Wow.
And the old pastor is now the dean of religion at the UC School of Berkeley.
Oh, wow.
So he's doing great things, but we're
Praise
not here to
God.
talk about Friendship Baptist
No,
Church.
but that played a role in my establishment with you, because you have been such a boots to the ground person, and not just saying you for the community, but you church based, baby, and faith based too now, and hood link, okay, not in a bad way, okay, because she ain't playing. She ain't too cute to get out there on the block and let us know, hey guys, get out here and help me push this bill. Could you tell the community about why did you switch parties?
Okay. So I represent District 56. We are actually sitting in District 56. Reverb Hotel is in
Yay.
District 56. It includes Atlantic Station, Midtown, everything over here by the Benz Stadium.
Okay.
And then that whole west side.
Oh, wow.
And I tell people that Black people in general, we are just born into being a Democrat.
Right.
And you don't know anything else. All you know
Right.
is you're not supposed to be a Republican.
Okay.
You are.
And that kind of makes sense, because you're like, my mom is like, don't vote Republican, vote Democrat. Make sure you vote Democrat. And you never really taught the
you don't know why.
You don't know why. It's just thrown into your livelihood.
And my family, they didn't even say don't vote Republican or only vote Democrat. It was just kind of understood. It was just go vote, and it's understood that you're voting as a Democrat. So won the election thanks to you and many other people in the community
Praise God.
supporting me.
Praise God.
I've won 2 elections now, so now headed into the 3rd election.
Yes.
And it's once you're in the space and you're actually reading the legislation, that is when I realized something is terribly wrong. All of the things that the Democrats are pushing are actually harmful for inner city Black people.
Wow, and that's kind of sad to say,
It is.
And,
It's
and
very
so when you got in there and you start seeing all of those misfunctions, I would say, where did you feel the need to start at? What was your starting point to say, well, you want to be the change in this area, because there's so much going on?
Right. So the very first bill, I'm a physical therapist. I've worked with kids with disabilities for
Wow.
a long time. And so there was a bill, and so I'm a state rep, which means I represent people at the state capitol. And there was a bill about children with special needs, because schools don't necessarily have everything to support a child with a special need.
Right.
Kids have all kind of different issues, and the Democrats were vehemently against supporting the kids with the special needs.
Wow, and you would think that would be the first thing that they do.
It was so weird, and I was like, this is crazy. I'm a physical therapist. Why are you guys not helping these kids? And it was just a policy position that they took, that they weren't going to support the kids with the special needs. That was the
Right.
first thing. The next one was defunding the police. People in the community, it doesn't matter if it's a low economic, high economic, everybody wants safe streets.
Right.
And so the seniors in the community in particular were like, baby, we are not trying to defund the police.
Right.
Do not
At all.
defund the
Please
police.
don't.
So got a lot of smack for that, for voting not to defund the police, because the Democrats, that was their thing they wanted to do.
And why would you think that'd be the first agenda, with them wanting to defund the police?
So
Department.
that's why I changed, because at the end of the day, people have personalities, and a lot of people look at Republicans as Donald Trump. That's a personality.
Right.
But
Righteous.
really, it's what's on the words on the paper, which is really the most important thing. The
Right.
personality doesn't fix potholes
Or change
help.
policies.
Right.
Yeah.
So on paper, Democrats have a position of defunding the police. That's just their policy position.
Oh, wow.
Their policy position is we don't support kids with special needs. And fast forward this year or this last year when I switched, the policy position was we don't care if there are kids that can't read. We want them to stay in that suppressive, oppressive situation. So,
So does that have something to do with the IEP program?
that's special needs.
Okay.
So now it's a new education bill. In our district where we born and raised, their schools were only 2 to 3% of the kids know how to read,
Wow.
which means I like to just say this: 97 to 98% of the kids do not know how to read.
Wow.
And if you don't know how to read, what happens next, right? What happens next is probably can't get a job. If you
And it
can't get
definitely
a
falls in
job-
that prison to pipeline situation.
Exactly.
Yeah, it
And
really does. And then the sociology behind that, I see a lot of young children that are in middle school that's really suffering right now with that whole situation because they're frustrated that they can't really understand how to read and to really be blunt about, oh, hey, guys, read this off the board. And you're trying to read something off the board and you want to tell your teacher, I don't even know what that word means. So we do have these kids like coming to elementary, fifth graders coming into middle school. It's so bland right now. So how do we change that? And I think that you can explain that a little bit too about some of the bill that you just passed with talking about the schools and stuff. So you can explain that a little bit too as well.
Yeah, so it was SB 233, which we call the Georgia Promise Scholarship Bill.
Okay.
And a lot of people the Democrats like to say, and I hate when I say Democrats because I realize that Democrat voters are not the same as Democrat leaders.
You
Right,
hear that,
so
guys?
really
Democrat voters are not the same as Democrat leaders.
So I'm talking about Democrat leaders
Righteous.
right now.
Okay.
The bill just says if you are in the bottom 25% of the lowest performing schools in the entire state of Georgia, which means you have a D or a F average at the school, only those children are eligible for $6,500. That they can take that $6,500, it's state money, go anywhere you want to go. You can go to a home school, you can go to an all-black
Wow.
school, you can go any school that you want to go to, but you have to be coming
Failing.
from a failing schools.
Okay, so with them failing, the school failing itself, but the kids have to also have a low grade average too as well?
No, it has to be the school has to be failing.
Okay, as
The
a whole.
school has to be failing.
Okay.
So the Democrat leadership says, you know what? We want to keep that $6,500, right? And I want to break this down to the people. So Atlanta Public Schools, each child has a price tag on their head. Each child is worth $26,000. I'm rounding the numbers. So $6,000 is state money, $20,000 is local money. The Promise Scholarship says a family can take $6,000 of the state money and go somewhere else, but the Democrat leaders don't want them to do that. And the Promise Scholarship also says the $20,000 stays with the school even though the child is not even there. So to say that the scholarship is defunding schools when $20,000 is staying there and it's not even a child you're teaching is really
That's a rip-off.
not factual when they tell Democrat voters that. You know, it's this culture of lying to people because they think people aren't smart enough
to understand.
to
that.
understand.
Yeah.
But that's where I come in. That's where I come in. educate people and say,
Misha Maynard, guys.
this is what's actually happening, and
Right.
they're actually lying to you.
Wow, and that's so sad because that's mean a lot of money has been thrown into the schools, and you guys aren't doing anything. with it.
$1.5 billion for Atlanta public schools alone.
1.5 billion.
Billion.
Oh, APS, we coming. We coming for you.
$1.5 billion.
We coming for you, APS. This don't make no sense. Now, I brought all my children up in APS schools. So, well, Coretta Scott King and Best Academy was built out like a charter school a little bit, but all boy, all girl. And I believe the first 3 graduation classes there up under Miss Beverly Hall, they actually did very well, and these kids are actually exceeding right now. And we got kids in Thailand, we got kids in Berlin, and they all coming from the West Side, honey. Okay, so with that being said, I wish we would have had programmed something like that, because it almost seemed like that as the parents we can start our own schools.
You can. So I do want to also say that the Georgia Promise Scholarship, that opportunity does not mean that we're saying teachers aren't doing what they need to do.
Right.
We're not saying that parents aren't doing what they need to do. What we are saying is that every child is different, and all children don't necessarily thrive in the same environment.
That's right.
And so if a child is not thriving somewhere, give them an opportunity with
To
this
thrive.
$6,500 to thrive somewhere
And let me
else.
tell you guys, we need this. And I know some of your parents are out here trying to figure this out, and it might not make sense for you to understand to move outside of, your norm. But this is very important for us to be able to attack these issues and these funds. And if we have them available and allotted to us, Misha, we're so proud of you actually doing this. She actually got this bill passed, and this is not easy when she's dealing with the leaders of the Democrat Party. Now, that's my own personal opinion, because I know her boots to the ground has actually been official for our community. Now, a couple of maybe last year, I think you did the when you guys were working on the redistricting of the map. And that was, honey, let me tell y'all something. These people, if they bamboozle, we let them bamboozle us, they will. And
They will.
And Misha, you got in there with that map. Oh my God, let me tell you something. I had no idea that they do redistricting of maps every 10 years?
Isn't it so funny that, Democrat leaders will talk about Republicans gerrymandering, but they don't talk about how they gerrymander poor people.
Right. And then we're the
How
high
nobody
target.
wants to represent poor people.
They don't. But Misha, you really really been in here. I'm so proud of you. Like, you really been in this community, really just making sure that the ones that can't be heard, we're being heard, and you're being that change. And you have done so much I can talk about, like even with the Say Your Name campaign. Beautiful. Okay. Who would have thought that you would have came up with an actual declaration that will pay tribute to the families that are losing their children in these communities? And I'm definitely one of them parents, but instead of me being the victim, I choose to be victorious. So watching you be victorious like this, it makes me want to achieve much more, much greater, much higher. We can do it, okay? And I'm really just, I'm trying to keep it cool, because I know that it's going to take a symmetric order for us to be able to actually implement these changes. So what I want to ask you about too, do you think the media has a target on Donald Trump? Excuse me. And he's a Republican, or do you think all people are the same in the Republican Party, since they highlight Trump so
right.
diligently?
Do you think all black people are the same?
I don't.
Do you think all Democrats are the same?
I don't. I think that people are people. I
Right.
think that we have a common ground of understanding in each party that we take on. But I don't think that we're the same. We're all different views, just like your view and your positioning as switching over as a Republic. I was like, you go, girl. Because when I found out what the Republic is, I said, that is awesome. I didn't know that the United States of America was a corporation. So when you're looking at it from that perspective, and you're looking at the Republic of the people, being a Republican, even if that's just a name as Democrat Republic, I went a little bit in depth of like why I thought that you changed, but it was more of an understanding for me to know, like, you're not just changing because you don't like the Democrat Party. You don't like what they're doing.
I don't like what they're doing.
And it's not right, but that's not everybody in that party. So let's get that right. But we do have a party that everybody's overlooking as the Republican Party that has been doing things that have made differences. So talk to me a little bit about that. I want to give the
Right.
community a clear view about that, because I don't want them to leave here today without understanding, your clear view on that.
So there are lots of Democrats that feel the exact same way that I feel.
Mm-hmm.
But to be a Republican and black is so taboo that you
Taboo,
gotta have a
baby.
big, strong backbone to take the blows.
Taboo, baby.
And so there are Democrats that feel exactly like I feel. There are Democrats that would switch parties in a heartbeat, but they can't take the beating.
Right.
But you got to be from the West Side to
You
take
better
a
say
beating.
that, baby. You better say that, baby, because we trained to go around here, honey. It is not
So
a
the
game.
beating doesn't hurt. But with that being said, I am from the West Side, and that means as a Republican, there's not going to be another Republican like me.
It's not. And you're the first that made some history on the West Side. Y'all better stop playing with the Lord, okay?
So my perspective is going to be different than a Donald Trump. This
Right.
has nothing to do with Donald Trump.
Right.
And you mentioned the Say Your Name proclamation and resolution that we did. So to elaborate on that a little bit,
Please, yes.
there are families that have lost their children to police violence.
Right.
And on the House floor, I named, 30 to 40 names of children that were lost to police violence. But also within that, those children, they did not get justice because prosecutors did not prosecute the cases.
Right. They were sweeping a lot of stuff up under the...
And so there's
Sweep it up.
a prosecutor oversight bill, right? Which is why I was saying their names from the floor. So I supported the prosecutor oversight bill. And the public, the media wants everybody to think that this prosecutor oversight bill is about Fani Willis. They want people to think this is about Fani Willis and they're doing the prosecutor oversight bill because she's going after Trump. No.
Come
It has
on.
nothing to do with that. But that's what the Democrats want people to believe.
Wow.
They want people to believe that this is about Donald Trump and Fani Willis, when in all actuality, it's about prosecutors that don't do their job.
Right. And then Fani Willis, she's doing her thing. I'm not going to talk about her right now because it's not about her. But at the same time, that's just a great point that you're making on that. And if we stop focusing on the other things, we might can focus on the real issues, like
Right.
the children that are being slaughtered by our officers or those different departments that's supposed to be here to protect and serve our people, and they're not doing that. So we are definitely here to hold these people accountable and to make sure that they're not, our families are not forgotten about. And I'm just really touched by that, and I actually came to the rally that you did with the families, and it was so cool. It's just so cool to just have that type of support, especially when you're mourning. It took me a year and a half after my son was murdered on Martin Luther King and Joseph. It took me a year and a half to really just get my mind back right, and I wanted to sit there and just really understand, what do our community need? We need a voice. We need a
We
voice.
also need to educate ourselves.
Right.
We need to be involved in the system, because if you're not involved in the system, if you don't listen to the meetings, then you're going to be susceptible to believe in a lie.
Righteous. And you definitely keep me up on that Georgia House thing, honey. I tell you, it come on all the time. I don't know what they be talking about sometimes. I got to go in depths with it, but I just listen. So just in case if it comes back around,
That's a start.
It's a start for me, but I don't know everything. I want to know everything, but that's a lot that you got to deal with. We really commend you on that, because just really mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, you got to be tough and ready for this, because this is nobody but God leading your ship, because I know you can't do this by yourself with these sharks out here. So you keep
Right.
up the awesome and amazing work. Don't forget that we're here to support you and all of everything that you got going on. You understand? I don't know how to post y'all, and I don't know how to do that Facebook or Snapchat or Instagram, all that. I'm working on it, but I will upload you like no other. See, Mr. G over there, he get mad at me every time I get a new album or a new song. Y'all know about my music just a little bit. I be posting, okay? I'm posting every time, so don't send me anything that you don't want me to post. So we're here with my sister, Misha Maynard. She's in the building, guys. District 56, West Side, Atlanta. Stay tuned, guys. It's going down. This your girl, Adriana Marie. Misha, give them a shout out going out the door here.
Check out my website, MishaMaynard.com. MESHAMAINOR.
All right, guys, that's MishaMaynard.com. Look her up. Go follow her. Get involved. Be the change. This your girl, Adriana Marie. Real talk, real stories. In the building, and we're out.